Liverpool. Remember, last season, Liverpool 2-2 draw at Emirates, and they drew 2-2 away again last season. This season, Arsenal went ahead to lose to Liverpool, not as the worst side, but as the best side, meaning that the best side lost. Arsenal had control of the game. Liverpool only had that beautiful free kick execution by a player called Sobasilai, and it went to the back of the net. Beyond that, they had nothing more to offer as a side of Liverpool. You know, Mohamed Salah was silent. Who else? Ekitike was silent, you know. So they never at any one point really looked like a deserving side to obviously take away 3 points. But that's football for you. They got their chance and they killed it off. For Arsenal, for the chances they got, they never at any one point really went ahead, obviously utilized them, and the result was them really falling short of really winning that game of football. So smash the like button, comment and share, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 28,000 subscribers, and we're left with like 15 subscribers to hit the milestone. So please go ahead and really subscribe to this channel. After subscribing, the rest will be history in there for you. So where do we start from? Obviously, both managers have gone ahead to name the starting 11s for their respective sides. And let's start it off with Mikel Arteta. Arteta has gone in for Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Hinkapie, Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Leandro Trossard, and Victor Gyökeres. It's the same team that I went ahead to name in there. On the bench, there is Azebalaga, Kepa, White, Jesus, Eze, Martinelli, Nogard, Noni Madueke, Mikel Merino, and Lewis Skelly. That is the bench for the side of Arsenal. Again, Havertz is not there, though the manager told us that they are trying to manage his workload in there. So we are here waiting to see how that really pans out for Kai Havertz, but that's the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. Liverpool comes in through at the Emirates, and they're all dressed in red, white, and red stripes, with Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, Kokes, Wits, Sobasilai, McAllister, Bradley, Gakpo, Frimpong, Gravenberch in there for you. And the substitutes are Mamadashvili, Woodman, Gomez, Chiesa, Jones, Robertson, Nioni, Ramsey, and Nguoma. You get. So that bench is obviously very weak as compared to the bench of Arsenal, I tell you. The bench of Arsenal is really levels as compared to this side. Then we head to the systems that these both managers have gone ahead to deploy to obviously take on each other. Obviously, Arsenal is going in for a 4-3-3 system with Alisson Becker, with David Raya in goal, Timber right back, Hinkapie left back, Saliba right-sided centre-back, then Gabriel left-sided centre-back, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Rice, mid-3, Saka right forward, Trossard left forward, and Gyökeres is being played as a centre-forward, leading the line for the good of Arsenal, gathering 3 points. Now we go to Liverpool and see how they're really looking like into this particular fixture. Obviously, Alisson Becker in goal. The system is 4-2-3-1. Conor Bradley, right back. Marco Casey, left back. I've gone ahead to see people say, I stopped to watch the video the moment you said that Kokezi is better than Carafiori. Guys, Kakezi is a better left back than Carafiori, you know. And you know how much I've gone ahead to love Carafiori. I've gone ahead to defend him in here, you know, for a very long period of time when you guys were like, Lewis Skelly is better than him. You guys are, you shift goalposts. But time will tell. Carafiori is one of the best left backs in the league, and Kakezi is one of the best left backs in the league. That is it. Virgil van Dijk, left-sided centre-back. Konate. Right-sided centre-back. Then Gravenbach, right? And McAllister playing the double pivot. Frimpong, right attacking midfielder. And Florian Wirtz is played as a left attacking midfielder. Right? Then Sobasilai is obviously playing as a central attacking midfielder, and Cody Gakpo is being played as a centre forward for this particular game of football. And I think that is how things are really going to be panning out. For the battles, I went ahead to hint about them already. But let's talk about the impact of this game. But I think before I go there, I've gone ahead to see Roy Keane, Gary Neville already coming out and obviously putting out their thoughts about this side. Let's start it off with Odegaard's tribute to under the radar Trossard. Odegaard has lauded Arsenal teammate Leandro Trossard, describing him as a top player whose competitive nature is invaluable to the squad. Trossard has produced more goal involvements than any other Arsenal player in the Premier League this season. With 9, and Odegaard feels he deserves more external praise. Obviously, Odegaard is really one of those players. Trossard, I've always told you, he's the best left forward at the club of Arsenal. That is it. But we wait to see how that really moves on. Then we go to Gary Neville. He has said they have got players who can cause Arsenal problems. Liverpool will have moments in the game. It's not an easy game for Arsenal. Everyone is watching this game thinking this is the game when Arsenal can cement their title challenge. But Liverpool can really make a statement. They have to get back on track. With the players they've got, they should be better than where they are. I accept they've got injuries, but they're performing well below the standard they set last season. Now, unless otherwise, there are moments like Arsenal getting a red card. But if you ask yourself, when you look at Liverpool and the side of Arsenal, Arsenal is the least goal conceding team in the league. They've gone ahead to concede 14. And how many has Liverpool conceded? Liverpool has gone ahead to concede 28 goals, times to the number of goals they've gone ahead to score. Now, Arsenal has scored 40 goals. Liverpool has gone ahead to score 32. So, Arsenal has scored more goals than Liverpool, and they too have gone ahead to concede less, meaning that Arsenal's defense to concede more than one goal, it's really hard. But for Liverpool, even their recent game, I think it ended 2-2. You get when they're playing against Fulham. So they're a high goal conceding side. We have to admit that. They are a high goal conceding side. We are talking about Liverpool. So, unless otherwise, God is in the goal of Liverpool. But it's really going to be hard for them to come up and obviously claim for even a point in this game. You get? Arsenal's bench is really deadly. A bench that has Eze, Jesus, Noni Madueke, Gabriel Martinelli. You know that bench. It's really very, very deadly. It's really very, very deadly. I tell you, that bench is really very, very deadly. I can confirm to you. So, I think Gary Neville is trying to prepare for moments of really saying, if at all Liverpool really gets a shocking result. But, guys, I don't see Liverpool shocking this side. Roy Keane, he says, there have been doubts over the last few years that Arsenal haven't had the strength in depth. But certainly this year, with the recruitment, you look at the bench tonight. It's all set up for Arsenal to go on and win the title. They are so strong and so aggressive. Physically, they are very good and they have a goal threat. They also don't give a lot away at the back, meaning that they concede really very few goals. It's another big challenge for them tonight, but with the other teams slipping up yesterday, it's there for them to go and grab it, embrace the challenge, and go and get the title. You get? Now, Arsenal's always going to hate to lose such games because of not having a squad depth, coming out, and obviously we have some huge injuries in there. But this time around, I really believe it's their time to really put one hand on the trophy. You get? Because winning this game takes them to 8. It's the final that obviously sends Man City a message that you cannot really chase us. But if Arsenal really drops any points, it won't be good news. They have to come up and obviously put out what we call a statement that will threaten Pep Guardiola where he is and is like, this team is really very serious. And these are games like this that define title-winning teams. Missing out on players, this is onslaught, is never nice. It makes it harder if the other option as a number 9 is also unavailable. Indeed, pace is a big weapon to have against any opponent, but definitely against a team that usually dominates possession, has the ball a lot, and plays far from their own goalie. We have to adjust. Looking at the players we have available, looking at the qualities Arsenal have, and then come up with, in my opinion, the best possible game plan. We brought in a bit of pace with Jeremy Frimpong. I've said that he has been out for 3 or 4 months, not constantly, but mainly. Then he had to play a few games in a row. I decided to use him as a sub against Fulham, so he's available tonight. He was asked on Cody Gakpo and Florian Wirtz in the number 9. Both of them can come in that position. It will be fluid. So he's like, that position can see a player called Florian Wirtz come and play in it. Even a player called Cody Gakpo play in it. So he's like, anyone will take that, meaning that the interplay is really going to be huge, and the manager is like having his game plan on those 2 players. The moment he has gone ahead to obviously play them like that, it sends you a very huge message that he wants to come up and obviously cause what we call havoc and confusion to the Arsenal side, and see to it that they don't really have a number 9 in there. It's really a very good trick that really works. We even saw to it that it worked for Arsenal with Mikel Merino doing it, playing as a false number 9, but comes in the box late. But they are playing against the best defense in the league and in the world. Harry Kane says, it's all set up for Arsenal to go and win the title. If you would ask me which dressing room I would like to be in terms of winning the Premier League, it's Arsenal's. They have to go and take this opportunity. Now, very many people don't know the role of Gabriel Jesus. These are moments where Jesus comes in through and obviously tells his fellow players that this is what you're supposed to do. And it's really more important for him to be also in the squad and be on the bench, because they are like, every time they are really down, he's like, guys, we can do it. We can do it. He can talk to them, and he can also really come up and obviously put in actions that many people think are really uncalled for. But I tell you, the lad is over the moon, and he's really buzzing like never before. And these are kind of games that they have to win and really seal this trophy. Because when you look at the Premier League table, it speaks volumes of Arsenal winning the league. Man City slept yesterday and is having 43 points with Aston Villa tied. Then Arsenal is having 48. Arsenal is 5 points clear ahead of Man City and Villa. What does that mean? It means if Arsenal goes ahead to really win the game today, they go 8 points ahead of City. My friend Hero, I don't know how he really slept yesterday night when you went ahead, obviously lose that game. But all I know is that you know what football is all about. 3 results, draw, win, and a loss. That is it. So, if Arsenal wins this game of football, it obviously takes them 8 points clear. You get? And you can look at the entire first half of the Premier League. Arsenal lost only 2 games, meaning that they can lose also 2 games in these remaining 18 games. But the biggest positive out of match day 21 that was played yesterday is Aston Villa and City losing, and they dropped points. Out of the possible 3, they gathered 1. After gathering 1 point, guess what happened? Arsenal is not on pressure. What do I mean? Do you know what pressure Arsenal would have gone ahead to be having if City had gone ahead to win against Brighton, you know, and they would have gone ahead to close into 45 points. They would have gone ahead to be 3 points behind Arsenal. You understand? That would have gone ahead to be mild pressure. But Arsenal comes in through with confidence that they are 5 ahead of City and they are playing to make it 8. They are not playing to obviously make it 6 again. They are playing to make it more than 6, to go into 8, you know? And that squad is really very important. And the other big decision that manager is going to have to make is like putting Martinelli to play off the bench. That decision is really very, very, very huge. You know, having a guy, having a team, you get like Arsenal, and getting Martinelli off the bench is really very deadly to the team, because however much you're really having Conor Bradley and Frimpong that side, Martinelli just needs one ball when he's really having huge space ahead of him, and the rest will be history. So as the game opens up in like the hour mark, I think that's when the manager will be like telling him, please put on your shoes and let's get into the game. You get? And they're also having Gabriel Jesus, another deadly substitution that Arsenal can make. Noni Madueke, you know, and when they played away at Anfield, Noni Madueke had lots of chances, you know, but Kekezi was responsible for stopping the lad. If they really had a lukewarm defender or left back, I think would have gone ahead, obviously, cause havoc to them. You remember that pass that Zubimendi went ahead, obviously, pass to Noni Madueke, and Madueke really went ahead to obviously make a very huge run. Then Kakezi stopped him. Another one came in through, was it Julian Timber? Yeah, and he really went ahead to make some good inversions, though the shot was not on target, I think. So he really had close to some good fine moments in that game, meaning that if you are Kokezi, you wouldn't like to see yourself getting from Saka and seeing fresh legs of Noni Madueke in there, because the guy is really looking good and fine. That is Liverpool. That is a side known as Arsenal. For the side of Liverpool, when you look at their bench, as the side of Liverpool, they do have Federico Chiesa can come off the bench and really change the game. Curtis Jones can. The others, I'm not 100% sure about them. Rion Goma, ever since when I hadn't scored a goal against Newcastle, I think he's not yet back to those levels and is still young, so you cannot obviously put him on pressure to obviously come and deliver at a stage like this. Then Trey Nyoni is another one that really puts in a very huge shift. That is it. But I think it's Federico Chiesa and Curtis Jones that can create a moment of change for the club of Liverpool, and you also know it very well. So that is it for the side of Liverpool and Arsenal. Big game, and it's coming in through thick and fast. I'm having Musazi Godfrey. I think Arsenal will complete this mission, I do really believe, with a 3-1 win in there. Then Peter Bagonza Puli. Hey, Mr. Aradi. Hello, how are you? Josh says, are you showing it live here? No, I don't. Hello, Aradi. I'm available. 3-0. All right, 3-1 win for the club of Arsenal. All right. Then Bagonza says, this time Arteta has nothing to tell us because all the competitors are sleeping. So Arsenal players should play calmly and take the 3 points in the pocket. I don't think that Arsenal should play calmly. The first 15 minutes should really show that Arsenal really want to kill off this game. And if possible, that's when they should obviously be looking in for the first goal. Because a team like Liverpool that have gone ahead to come in this game as underdogs, all what you have to do is don't let them think that they can get something from this game. Because the moment they set their mind to that, then the game comes hard. Just go ahead and really get a goal in the opening minutes, and the rest will be history. Says Hayes, Arsenal to beat Liverpool, all right. Cosmas Nziku, Arsenal 4-1 Liverpool. Let me see after the game, all right. Chisasa Alex, hello, big up, bro, thank you. Arsenal 3, Liverpool 0. Now, I think my prediction is 2-1 that he's Bagonza Puli. Mine is 3-1, obviously. So we wait and see what will happen at the Emirates as Arsenal really takes on the side of Liverpool. I've gone ahead to dissect everything. I don't think there is anything I've not gone ahead to talk about. And I'm coming to end that live prediction. And then we call it quits. We'll meet after the game of football. Oh, Odegaard. It's a big game. But every game is big in this league and every game is tough. Thursday night, under the lights at home. So looking forward to it. We have to focus on ourselves, but we know what we are playing for. It's a big opportunity and we are ready. I feel very good now. I was struggling to find the rhythm at the beginning of this season with injuries and different things, but I feel good now and I'm happy to help the team. Man in form has come out and obviously spoken. That is Martin Odegaard. Gary Neville has said, huge chance. What a game if you are an Arsenal player. All fun. Massive opportunity, but there is a long way to go. Man City are still dangerous opponent. What a chance this is. Everything is falling into their lap. The difference this year is in the previous years, there has always been a flow. The big thing this season, when they lose players now, they have the material to come in and back it up. They have really blustered everything. Now they are covered. Now they covered every base. There is a long way to go and a big job to do. But they should be winning Premier League titles. Obviously, I tell you, this title is for Arsenal. I told you, it's for Arsenal, unless otherwise it's God who stands in their way. But I tell you what, he has to do the needful. Liverpool, for me, if they lose this game of football, they're out of the title race. And Arsenal would have gone ahead to stretch those points to 15, which makes them hard, obviously, come back. Zico Cosmas, come for us after the match game, all right? Zico says, come for us after the game with, all right. I'll try and see whether I come live or I obviously record a video. But most definitely, I think I should come live. I should come live. I do the live video. Then the player ratings will obviously come there as recordings, right? So, thank you very much. That is Anthony Nyakier, who says Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. First person to see predicting that Liverpool obviously walk away with the 3 points. But everything is possible in the game of football, and we're here to really wait and see how it really pans out. I head in here, and I end the poll. And the poll reads that 87% have gone ahead to call in for an Arsenal win. 8% Liverpool win. 5% have called in for what we call a win, coming in through from a side called 5% have gone to call in for a draw. Then Twinomu Juni says Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1, and Madison from Barara City. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. We meet when the game of football is done and dusted. Bye-bye.